Hello everyone, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aries, for October 2017. So it's for you, my lovely Aries, for October 2017. This is going to be another interesting month, but especially when it comes to you having certain expectations when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your financial situation in general, whether you're working or whether you're basically just looking to improve your finances, or whether you're just worrying about your finances, or whether you were just waiting, for your finances to actually improve for whichever reason. Most certainly October is going to be all about you feeling your own success, you improving your finances, you not only focusing on your finances or thinking about your finances or thinking, how you're going to improve your finances, but this is most certainly going to be the months when your finances are going to start looking much better. And as I already mentioned, especially if you were worrying about your finances, especially if you didn't notice any changes recently and things like that, things have been quite stagnant for a while. Things haven't been moving as fast for a while, especially when it comes to improving your own finances. That's why I'm saying that October is going to be very important and quite significant. And also the actual month of October, it's connected to number 9. So when it comes to the actual number and when it comes to the actual numerology, now this is all about it. It's number 9. It's all about your success, and it's all about your finances. It's all about you improving your finances, and it's all about your finances finally getting better and you feeling much happier about it. And let me tell you something, a number 9, it's not only about improving your finances. Number 9, it's also talking about, or also trying to let us know about the actual financial success also when it comes to our business, and it's also when it comes to our working lives, you see. So it's all going to be connected. So it's not only about financial situation being improved, but also about the actual success when it comes to work. And for those of you that are unemployed, and for those of you that are looking for a job or for some kind of work, October is also going to bring something very special. So number 9 also means that for those of you who are looking for jobs, those of you that are looking for something special, you don't have to be like unemployed or something like sorry, you don't have to be unemployed necessarily. If you're unhappy in your current situation, if you're unhappy with your current work, if you wanted to move on for a really long time but you're just waiting for something really special, now expect that your October is going to be very important and very significant, because number 9 is also showing that there is a certain job, certain career going to manifest, and this career is going to be very special and very different, and almost instantly it's going to feel and it's going to seem like something very attractive, and it's going to almost instantly feel like something you want to do. So that's why I'm saying that number 9 is very important when it comes to the actual whole month of October, and especially when it comes to you guys, and especially when it comes to your personal success in general. Okay, and when it comes to your health, this is another great news, another great thing that I want to say. When it comes to your health, you see, this is going to be the month of energy, the month of, although I will get to that in a second, but the first part of October, it's going to be a little bit different, but that's about it really. But in general, the whole of October, it's going to be really good, and it's going to be really positive, because your energy levels are going to be much better. You're going to feel re-energized, and it's not only that, it's just any ailments that you might have, or any kind of illnesses or any sickness that you may had, and that you didn't see any improvements for a while. The month of October is most certainly going to be the actual month when you're going to start feeling improvements. So it is not only about you feeling very energetic and your energy levels are going to be really brilliant, but it's also about the fact that you're just going to it is going to be the whole package where you're going to feel so much better. The only thing that I want to say, the only thing that I would like to warn you about. It's only going to be the stress levels are going to be a little bit higher, and you will be going through a little bit stressful and a little bit anxious situations, but this is all related to your work. This is all related to your career. This is all related to what you do. If you're not working and if you're retired, for example, there's still going to a little bit of stress levels that are going to be slightly higher, and it is going to be connected to the actual financial situation, and it also can be connected to the fact that you will need to make a quite big decision, or big decisions, even more than one decision, and it's also going to be connected completely to your finances, and it is going to be connected to your financial situation in general. So you don't have to necessarily work, or you don't have to have a job in order to actually go through these stress levels. I would highly suggest to get maybe something like a hematite bracelet. Hematite bracelet, it's absolutely brilliant, and especially when we are going through some kind of stress, anxiety, stress levels, we need something like, for example, like a hematite, because hematite is absolutely brilliant because it has got this particular power to actually ground us, and sometimes we need to be grounded a little bit, because it all depends on the actual energies around, and it all depends on our personal situation. But because the energies are going to be at this certain level throughout October, which is going to cause you a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of stress, you see, and that's why it's quite important to have something like a hematite, because hematite can not only help you against stress and things like that, anxiety and things like that, it can just actually make everything so much gentle, and you don't actually get stress as you normally get stress, but it also helps you to feel quite grounded. And also when it comes to October is going to be quite spiritual month. It is going to be very deep month indeed, the whole of October, and especially by the end of October, you see the veil, the actual veil in between this world and the spirit world is going to be thinning, which means that we will be able to feel the spirit world, we will be able to feel the spirits, our spirit guides, our angels and things like that. And that's why when it comes to that particular thing, automatically we are going to be quite sensitive to actually us feeling a different world, the world behind this one. And this is only because, of course, by the 31st of October the veil is going to be thinning, and by the time we get to the 31st of October it is going to be at its thinnest, which means that we are also going to be quite sensitive. We're also going to be able to feel to feel things more than we normally do, to sense things more than we normally do, and things like that. Okay, and that's why I'm saying that, you see, when it comes to the health in general, it's going to be good, but you should actually protect yourself, you see, when it comes to the actual stress, anxiety and things like that. Now, when it comes to the actual 6th of October, it is going to be quite interesting. Sorry, 6th of October, it's going to be quite interesting day for you, and it is something that I would like you to pay attention to, because there is just going to something really unusual it's going to happen, and you really kind of need to pay attention throughout the day. You need to pay attention, and you need to see what could be unusual, what seems unusual to you. And this particular unusual thing that I'm talking about, I'm referring to the fact that you're going to come across the situation when you're going to see something, when you're going to face something, and this particular thing, it's going to not only be unusual, but it's also going to be quite an omen for you. And this omen is going to be very important for every single one of you, because it is not only about an unusual day, it is not only about a sign, it is not only about just a little omen. This omen is going to have a ridiculous importance, ridiculous significance when it comes to you, when it comes to your sign, and when it comes to you solving a really big problem, you finding the solution to the actual massive, huge problem. And this particular problem was bothering you for a really long time, and this is just part of the very big complex of things. You see, this is a complex problem, but it's been bothering you for a really long time, and it's actually related to the certain change that you wanted to make, to the certain certain change that you wanted to do, but you couldn't do the certain change. You couldn't make this certain change. You couldn't make any progress because other things in your life haven't been there where they should be. And it's all related to your current situation. It's related to your money situation. It's related to the really big things in life and really big moves that you wanted to do in your life. But you just waited for other things to actually be perfect. Now, this is why the 6th of October is going to be so significant. This is why this omen that you are going to see, this sign that you are going to see, it is automatically going to give you a certain idea. And even if you don't get automatically the certain idea, so let's say for example you see like a fox. That's my spirit animal, so every time I mention socks every time I mention fox, so let's say you see fox, and let's say it was a very unusual what happened, you know, let's say the fox just appeared in a really strange way, and it appeared just in the middle of the day looking at you, and it didn't want to move, and everything was okay with it, but you know that it tried to make a certain contact with you. Only to you this makes sense. Only you will understand. Only you understand. Only you will be able to connect. Only you are going to be completely connected to your own signs, to your own spiritual messages, to your own omens, and they can show up in so many different ways. It doesn't have to be fox. It can be a bird. It can be a flower. It can be sign in the sky. It can be sign on the ground. It can be sign on the tree. It can be something coming to you like something just appears out of nowhere. And even if it doesn't make sense to you straight away, please just try to think about it, and it is going to come to you. You may not even think of anything to start with, what this omen could mean to you, what message this is connected to you, but just try to think about what's bothering you. What has been bothering you at the time when you've seen this omen? What was bothering you the day before? What problem were you facing? What problems you want to solve? What problem is like ridiculously important to you? You just need to be able to put all these bits and pieces together, and once you put all these bits and pieces together, it will all make sense. And as I said, October, the whole of October is like a very spiritual month anyway. So to receive such an important messages in such a spiritual month, spiritual time, it is going to be of a higher importance to you, to all of you, literally. Another important day, it is going to be on the 18th of October. 18th of October is just going to be important and so significant for so many of you, and it's just all about a brand new beginning, all about a new start, all about a new beginning, all about the new beginnings in general. And 18th of October, it's going to be just so important if you were looking for a job, if you were looking for a career and you didn't know which career to go for. Just expect something very important to be revealed to you on the 18th of October. After the 18th of October, it is just so much going to be clear to you. However, if you're looking for a job, there's a certain fantastic job going to come through, and this particular job, whether you're employed or whether you're not employed, and this particular job is just going to seem very different and very scary in a way, because it is just going to be connected to the fact that you're going to have to learn so much more. You're going to have to go through so much more. But the difference now, this time, of course, is going to be because it's such a spiritual month. Before, you would just get scared. Oh no, I'm not going to do this. Oh no, come on. But now, all these new things, all these new energies, all these new jobs and new energies, just in general, going to give you so much power, so much force. And it's just, instead of making you feel really scared, instead of making you feel really nervous, you know, when you're scared, when you're nervous, it's just a pointless, because it's just, especially when you're scared, you're just blocking yourself. You're blocking yourself from succeeding it. You're blocking yourself. You can do so much as long as you just release all the negativities, release all the negative energies, and just believe in yourself. You're going to be absolutely fine. I get so excited when I come to this point, because I get so excited because I already know how much this is actually going to mean to you. Maybe some of you didn't have like courage to like try something new, or some of you didn't, you were scared maybe to move on from a certain situation, a certain job in your life, because you had like so much, for example, like materialistically it was okay, you would get everything what you need to get, and you would try to better the devil you know, as they say, you see, like that kind of situation. You're rather going to do something that you know that it's going to put food on the table, blah blah blah, then try to do something else, and then if you don't like that something else, you're having even bigger problem now. All this negativities and all these bits and pieces that are just holding you down are just going to be disappearing on that day, on the 18th of October. And that's why it is just going to mark a whole new beginning for so many of you, for all of you. Whether you're working and you're looking for a job, this is going to be the new beginning for sure. Okay, there is something going to come through, and you're not going to be able to turn this down. You may not start a new job on that particular day. I'm not saying that. You could start a new job, a new career on that particular day. That's brilliant, because that day is going to be magical. But I'm just saying it is going to be that recognition. So if it's going to be on that day or on some other day, it doesn't matter. This day is going to be so significant indeed. And also, for example, if you're not looking for a new job, for example, you're happy where you are, you see, this is also still going to bring you this urge to start thinking about something new, to start thinking about something different, to start thinking about a whole new stage in your life. And also, if you're like retired and you don't need to work, this is also going to be very significant day, because this date is going to make you to think about certain changes that you want to make. It is going to reflect on the confusion or the confusions that you had in your past, in your life before, and it is going to be connected to the fact what makes you so unhappy in your life, what changes you would want to make, what's been making you unhappy in your life for a really long time, but you may not want to admit this to yourself. All these confusions are going to be revealed on this particular day, but however, this is going to be a very good day, because after this moment, after this point, there is a lot going to change in your life. A lot is going to change in your life for the better, and you will see exactly what I mean. It is a very good and positive, beautiful obsession that I'm seeing, a good obsession, a healthy obsession which is going to have a really brilliant impact on you and on the people around you. The third important day also, this is why you see, I think October is just going to be very interesting for you, because on the 30th October, on the 30th of October, it is also, you will have an urge, you will have a feeling that you want to just kind of change so much, and you will not really understand you will not really understand where all this energy and all this surge is coming from. But there is also something going to happen, something very little and something very insignificant on that particular day, on the 30th of October at around the morning time. Something very significant and very little is going to happen, which is literally going to kind of motivate you and open your eyes towards certain things in your life, and open your eyes towards the certain changes in life, because this is going to be the day when you will want to kind of get rid of the old in general. You see, you had a similar situation earlier on in the month, but now on the 30th of October, you're going to be going full on. You will really want to get rid of the whole thing. You know, you will want to get rid of the things that were driving you crazy, the things that were driving you mad, the things that were in your life for a really long time, and they're not serving you no longer, so they're just creating a negative energy, and you will just have a feeling that you will want to make lots of changes. And this is the day when you're going to have also lots of energy in general, so you will be doing lots of changes at work. You will want to do lots of changes like in your working environment, for example. You will want to make lots of changes like at home, in your home environment. You will want to maybe paint your house, paint your flat, like buy a new figurine or buy a new plant. You will just have a sense of like awakening. You will have a sense of awakening, and this beautiful energy is just going to push you towards things, you know, towards the changes, and you will really enjoying it. And it is also going to seem like a little ritual, literally like a little ritual. And don't forget, and it's the 30th of October, and then, as I say, the 31st of October, it's going to be probably the most spiritual day, because, you know, the veil is going to be thinning. And when I'm saying the veil is going to be thinning, of course I'm referring to this particular world that we are at now, and the spirit world. Okay, the veil is going to be thinning, and it's going to be at its thinnest on the 31st of October. So it all makes sense that you will have this urge to make lots of changes, because whatever you do is just going to be magnified in the spiritual world, and energy wise, everything that you do is going to be magnified to you and to your energy, and it is just going to make a beautiful, beautiful sense. And that's why I'm saying that this all makes a fantastic change. And also the very first part of October 2017, you see, it's just really bizarre, because the very first day, the very first part, the very few days, is just going to make you feel like a little bit nervous. Not nervous, sorry, it is the wrong word completely. I didn't mean to say nervous. It is going to make you feel like a little bit lazy. It is going to make you feel like a little bit, and this is what I referred to before, because I said in general the whole month you're going to feel like you have lots of energies and energy. And you will have a lot of energy, but I said that in the very first few days of October it's going to be a little bit different, and I just want to clarify why is it going to be a little bit different. Because you're going to feel like a little bit tired, you're going to feel a little bit down, you're going to feel a little bit not depressed, but you're just going to feel like a little bit lazy and a little bit tired, and you're not going to be able to kind of make sense of few things. It is going to be like a little confusion in your head. You will want to like make a certain changes, and the certain changes that you wanted to make only the first few parts of October, it is just all going to be coming back to you, and it's just so many things are going to be on your mind, and it's just going to be automatically have an impact on you. It's just going to drain lots of energy, and it's going to make you feel a little bit tired, and you're going to feel like a little bit bored. This is because of these energies are going to be drained out of you. And also this is only the first few days of October, and I'm saying that this is actually going to be really, really good, because what this means and what is going to be happening, it means that you are actually preparing yourself. Your spirituality is preparing you, your subconscious mind is preparing you on a really busy months ahead. And this is how you are having you're gonna have your own little break, you're gonna have your own little rejuvenation in the first few days of October. I know it sounds really confusing, I know it sounds really bizarre, that you're gonna feel really tired, you're gonna feel really bored, but this is because your energies are going to be changing, and also there is a lot going to be going on that is going to be draining your energies. A lot of things are going to be on your mind, but the bottom line is that this is not going to last longer than a few days. And as I said, your subconscious mind and your spirituality, your spiritual guides and your guardian angels are just preparing you on a really big and significant months ahead for all of you. After this moment, this is also all going to happen within the next first few days of October. After this moment also, there is going to be like a little conflict that you will have with somebody, that you may have with somebody. And this particular conflict that you will have with somebody, it is going to be connected to somebody who is connected to, it's going to be somebody who is either at your work, for example, if you're working, and if you're not working, it's going to be also somebody who you don't know that well, somebody who you know a little bit, but somebody who you know that well. There is just going to be some kind of little bit of like a battle, a little bit of conflict that you're going to have, because somebody's just going to try to kind of agitate you, or somebody's going to try to do something to you. It is not going to be that bad, or it is not going to be that horrible, but because you're going to be a little bit touchy, a little bit sensitive in the first few days of October, that this is just going to cause some kind of a conflict. And this conflict is also going to resolve in the fact that you're automatically going to feel like you are in some kind of competition. After this moment, after this point, you're going to have to kind of prove yourself, or you will prove yourself, and then that conflict you're going to feel so much better about it. And this is the good thing, because after that moment, after that point, you will be able to prove yourself, and then it is going to come out to be like a really, really positive thing. And this is, for example, if you're like retired, it could also be like somebody who don't know that well, maybe certain like college course that you took, or maybe certain hobby that you have, or somebody who you know just a little bit is going to kind of test you. But however, it is going to be resolved in some kind of competition, and that particular competition, it's actually going to be really good for you, because you will be able to kind of prove yourself, and it is going to kind of be like a really positive thing. And also, what else I was going to say, it is going to be why I really like this. This is only in the first few days of October that I said that it's going to be like a quite strange time. The second part of October, the mid-October, this is when this is going to be so good. It actually, from the mid part of October onwards, is going to be really good, because there is just something again that it's going to have a really big change, something that you were holding on to, something that you were focusing on, something that you were keep on thinking about. You also is something that was kind of like a stagnant and it didn't change in a long time. The mid-October, it's going to be really good, because finally there is going to be a swift change with a really big and ongoing problem that nothing happened, and it was make you to contemplate. Should you go back and change it? Can you go back and change it? Can you go back and have a little edit? You can't go back, because what you did, it's already been done, and you were just kind of left to this time, like a time, and nothing happened in a really long time. So now this is when the things are actually going to start changing for you. I can see after this moment, after this point, this is also going to be connected to the fact that you will realize, you know, certain things you're going to have to let go. You're going to have to start something different. You're going to have a different approach. You're going to have to start maybe to like having certain actions, and maybe talk to people in a slightly different way, have a different, you know, approach to things. You know, there are lots of things that are going to be going on your mind. There are lots of things that are going to be going in your head, and this is why I think that this month is going to be really important, because this month is, in general, it is going to be the month of a very productive, positive changes. Okay, and also very fantastic mental clarity that you are going to have. The mid of October is just going to start looking very sharp. The energy levels are going to be brilliant, as I said before. You're going to be very sharp, and this is going to be the time when you're going to start when you will want to start changing things, when you will want to start thinking about certain things in life that you will keep on leaving behind, certain things in life that, you know, certain big changing in life, you know, that you were like kind of thinking about before, but you would just always think, no, it's not the right time, it's not the right time. Now it's going to be the time for the things that you were constantly waiting for the right time to happen. Also, the family members, certain family members are going to be very proud of you, very proud of your success, and very proud of your choice as well, because there is going to be success you will have, and then it's going to be followed by a certain choice that you are going to have. The choice that you are going to make is going to make the people in your family and people who care about you a lot very proud of you indeed. The third part of October is very interesting also, because the third part of October is going to be full of idea. This is going to be like a rebirth for you. Rebirth, because not only are that beautiful energy, the amounts of energies that I'm saying that you're going to have, not all these fantastic changes that you are going to have, not all these beautiful options that are actually going to be revealed to you. It's not only that, but all these things are just going to motivate you in such a way that it's just that the things that you felt really powerless before, when it comes to your life, when it comes to stagnation of certain things in your life, when it comes to certain things not moving at all into the right directions in your life, you know, when it comes to things that you were powerless about, now this is all about to change. You have yin and you have yin and you have yang, you know, it's just changing from one side to another, from another side to one, from one side to another. So now the things that are about to start changing for you. So all the things that were kind of making you really powerless and really negative about your current situation, now you're gonna start being and feeling on top of things. But what I wanted to say, when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, you see, it is just a couple of things that I wanted to say. I do see, for those of you that are really happy, for those of you that are in a happy relationship, you see, there is a very interesting thing that is going to happen, because just out of the blue, the certain trip on certain journey abroad or somewhere, it doesn't have to be necessarily abroad, but there is going to be the certain trip or certain journey that you are going to plan with your partner, husband, wife. And what is very interesting, and what I find very interesting, is the fact that once you plan this particular journey away, once you plan this journey away, you are going to come back with a very interesting idea. Both of you are going to have an idea about your life, about what you want to do next, and it's just going to come out of the blue, literally. You might have thought about it at some point in the past, you might have think about it at some point in the past, but you just thought like, no, this is crazy. But now the very interesting thing is that after you come back from these holidays, this particular thing is just going to seem very, very real, and it is going to seem like the right thing to do for both of you. You will see exactly what I mean. And on another hand, this is very important what I'm going to say, and if you have been really unhappy with your partner, or your partner have been very unhappy with you, if you have been in an unhappy relationship, of course it happens, of course, it's all part of life. Sometimes we can work on things, sometimes we can help things out, sometimes we can try to do something about it, but sometimes things don't work anymore. Sometimes our karma comes to an end. Sometimes our spiritual journey came to an end, or comes to an end when it comes to that particular person, okay? And this is what really reminds me this situation of. So if you're really unhappy with your partner, husband, wife, I do see a little bit of a heartbreak, which means that, you see, it is going to come to an end. So this is, I repeat strictly, if you were unhappy and you had like a really bad situations happening, you don't feel like you love your partner anymore, you for some reason you think that your partner doesn't love you, there is a certain heartbreak that is going to happen as well. We don't have to see this as a negative thing. You don't have to see this as a bad thing necessarily. Just see it as something really good, and see it as a realization that it's time to move on, because it is not good to be in a relationship that is unhappy. It is not good to be in a relationship where people don't love each other, with no love whatsoever. It's just really bad, not only for you, but it's really bad and negative for people around you, okay? Because all what you end up doing, you just end up dragging like a negative in each other's negative energy, and you're just making each other even more negative. And that's why actually heartbreak and like a split up when it comes to people, like these negative situations in life, when it comes to couples and negative situations in life like this is why the heartbreak or breakups are actually really good. So there is a certain breakup that I'm going to see, or people will go separate directions, okay? And this is strictly for those of you that are in an unhappy relationships. Okay, and as I already mentioned, like there is also going to be slight little worry at the end of October as well. There is going to certain thing happen. You will be tested a little bit as well. And you will be tested about certain financial situation. It's again connected to the money. It's again connected to the finances, and you will like want to invest into something, but I don't think it's going to be the right time to invest. Everything else is absolutely fine, absolutely brilliant. But if you do have the opportunity to invest into something throughout October, I would not do it. Or the end of October especially, I would not do it. Just wait for October to pass, and then we will see, we will check what is going to happen in November. But I most certainly wouldn't invest money into something, and also I wouldn't sign something new, like a new contract or something like that. I repeat, if you already had a certain day or certain date to meet someone and sign something, then that's fine. If it's from the previous time, if it's connected to the energy from the previous time, if it's connected to the energy from the previous month, if it's connected to the energy from the previous day, if it's connected to the energy from the previous year, as long as it's connected to the energy from the previous time, it's going to be fine. But if it's made at around this time with the energy of October, then I would just wait for like this signing for like maybe the beginning of November, for like a new month, not throughout October. It is not the best month for signings, okay? And also, what else I was going to say, when it comes to those of you that are single, you see, this is really interesting. This is really interesting. You will just have some previous lover, previous partner that is just going to be coming in your mind. The previous partner is going to be keep on coming back. Something is going to happen and your previous partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, it is going to make themselves known. Whether you're going to see them on Twitter, Facebook, whether you're going to see them outside, whether you're going to get like a text message, whether you're going to get an email, whether you're going to see photos somehow, somewhere, it doesn't matter. You're still going to some kind of be connected to your previous partner. And this is for those of you that are single, and I can see this nostalgia. I can see you kind of wanting to be with your ex-partner again, but then again, guess what happens? It will be the opportunity, and you will feel like there is an opportunity that you can be with your ex-partner, with your previous partner, and this is entirely going to be up to you whether you are going to be with your partner or not. There is also going to be another opportunity. There is somebody else going to start manifesting in their life, in your life as well, at around the end of October 2017, and it's just going to take slowly. It is going to take time, but there is somebody else, somebody new going to start manifest themselves as well, but this is just going to take a slightly longer time than just October. But in October, what is very significant going to be is the fact that the previous partner is just, you will be able to feeling them, you will be able to feel them, you will be able to kind of think about them, you will be able to sense them, you will be able to feel them completely, and also you're going to feel quite nostalgic about it. You see, I think it's very important to get maybe rose quartz. Rose quartz, you know, I always say, I always recommend rose quartz. You can also get this on my website, and the actual link is going to be at the bottom in the description, and you can get a rose quartz, and rose quartz is absolutely brilliant and ever so significant, especially if we have problems in relationships, or if we are looking for a partner, if we are waiting for the right partner. And the rose quartz is actually brilliant because it doesn't only help you with the communication, but it also helps you to actually bring the right partner much sooner into your life. And this is why I highly recommend rose quartz, especially to you in your current situation. Okay, I really hope you enjoyed my readings, and as always, I'm going to say, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, don't forget to share me on Facebook, Twitter, and don't forget to like and comment in the comment section, of course. Thank you ever so much for watching. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.